going on, everybody? Welcome back. We've had a bit of a crazy week here with Marvel Strike Force, and we're going to talk a little bit about some different things going on. We'll talk about the update from Friday with the blog post, but I want to start out with two things that have happened a little more recently, and we're going to start off with Mysterio here. Now, this comes from Ozdanaus MSF. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. He sent this to Yeti, and Yeti posted it in the Envoy chat, and I thought it was worth mentioning here and showing you guys there's a bug with Mysterio right now, and it doesn't seem to be widespread because I don't see a lot of complaining about it on Reddit or anywhere else. It seems to be a kind of weird bug with Mysterio where his Master of Illusion ability will reset, and how this happens is that you can see it's down to level 1 right now, and he's gonna upgrade it here in a moment, and then he's gonna go and take a look at the summon ability for Mysterio, and this is going to cause the ability to reset. Now, what happens with this reset is that it just takes away the ability materials that you just had. So he goes here, looks at the summon, Master of Illusion is now locked. He goes back, and now Master of Illusion, the base special ability, is now reset. And yeah, so basically it's eating up your ability materials. It's resetting the ability. It's not good. So yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye out for if you guys are using Mysterio. If you want to check him out, just be warned, there may be a bug here with this where it will eat up your ability materials and reset the ability. Don't really know what's going on with that. They are aware of it in Envoy chat, so we'll hopefully get some investigation into this and figure out what's going on. And then we also have this issue with Symbiote Spider-Man. Now, right now, he is only farmable through milestone orbs. And I say farmable as in farmable. I mean, there's been plenty of discussion about whether that's actually farmable. He's really not farmable. It's basically just pure luck, and maybe you get the right pulls from him. And on average, you should be getting about 24 to 25 shards of Symbiote Spider-Man per 100 milestone orbs. So yeah, he's not easy to get. What happened is that we had something akin to Emma Frost. If you guys may remember when Emma Frost first came out and we were able to get her in the Red Star orbs, there was an issue where she showed up in the art and the graphics and everything for the Red Star orbs, but she wasn't actually within the orbs. A lot of people, myself included, spent our Red Star orbs, did not get her, and as compensation, they basically just overcompensated everybody. So because I had used an Elite 5 orb, they just gave me a 5 Red Star Emma Frost. It was a big overcompensation, upset a lot of people. They had to basically send out a bunch of silver promotion crests, everybody else, and then throw her in the Red Star store pretty quickly. It was a mess. So we ran into something similar to this. Now, you can see right now we have about 70% chance of pulling Symbiote Spider-Man from the top 2 pulls, the uncommon and the rare drops. The problem was, initially, when he was in this orb, the values here were flipped, so that Symbiote Spider-Man was a 30% chance and Coulson was a 70% chance. Now, like many of us, and like myself, we learned to look and make sure he was actually in the orbs first before pulling them, and he was, so we went again and pulled him. About 5 to 10 minutes after the milestone orbs went live, they flipped the values. So it went from 30 to 70% for Symbiote Spider-Man, effectively doubling the drop rate of him within the milestone orbs. Again, people were upset with this. He was in there. There was no indication that something was wrong. We thought the 2% drop rate for Symbiote Spider-Man was a little low, but, you know, it's Scopely. What are you going to do? So then they flipped it, and then because there was an incorrect amount set, or incorrect value for him within the symbiote, or within the milestone orbs, they then put out compensation. And honestly, the compensation was generous, but not over the top. And it seemed to be based off of the number of milestone orbs you opened up. For myself, I had opened about 160 milestone orbs. They sent me 35 Symbiote Spider-Man shards as compensation, which was very nice of them. They didn't have to do that. I appreciate the compensation there. Thank you, Scopely, for that. And a lot of people were getting as low as 5 or 10. Someone even got as high as 50 shards of Symbiote Spider-Man for his compensation. So there does seem to be, it did seem like they did a generous amount of compensation and they got that fixed. So now you have about a 4% chance to pull Symbiote Spider-Man from milestone orbs, about 2% for Coulson. So yeah, farmable. We'll see how that all works out here in the future. And then we get to some fun data mine stuff and actually get some ideas onto how Anti-Venom is coming within the game. If you guys haven't seen my Envoy video yet for Anti-Venom's kit, I recommend you guys go check that out. He looks great. He's going to be able to revive, clear hero blocks. He's fantastic for symbiotes. Symbiotes are looking like a lot of fun. I can't wait for him to get into the game. but we know that he is coming. We don't really quite know what's going on. There were rumors about a milestone event for him, so the thought was maybe he's coming as Emma Frost, but that's way far off, especially now that we know she's returning soon with milestone events anyways. So the idea is that we're going to get some kind of seasonal event, much like we've had with Cyclops with Valentine's Day. We had Ghost Rider last Halloween, I believe, where he was a milestone event. It looks like we were getting something like that with Anti-Venom. Now, we're getting some sort of Halloween event already. We're getting gold promotion credits in preparation. It's about 64 for the login calendar. So 64 gold promo credits. Welcome little gift there. However, if you have already cleared Dark Dimension 3, you will not be getting this promotion calendar. We're not really sure what's going on here. Due to your impressive performance in Dark Dimension 3, you will not see the upcoming Halloween prep calendar, as you receive this calendar's 64 gold promotion credits in advance earlier this year in July. So it seems that if you completed Dark Dimension 3, you already got this calendar, which is weird. I never heard anybody talk about this. There are some concerns here about people being able to double dip, being able to get this login calendar and then clearing Dark Dimension 3 and also getting that login calendar as well. We'll see if that actually happens, or if there's some way they can retroactively change that. Who knows? But yeah, so now we know that we are getting this masked caper kind of trait here as to what's going on. And then here we go. The Wakey Nightmare event is on the way. Scarab, big rewards for anti-venom character shards, advanced superior gear pieces, many unique gear pieces, gold, and more. And it all has to go in with this masked caper event, and it looks like you'll be able to use them in raids, blitz. It looks like basically a repeat of what we saw with Cyclops' event in the past, where you will be able to use those characters with those tags in blitz, raids, other places in order to get points to complete this milestone, which will then either give you anti-venom shards, but also give you these Fright Light orbs, which you can use to get the basically anti-venom and other characters, the masked caper trait. And looks like it's going to be much like we have with Scream in the campaign. You have a higher drop rate for Scream within the campaign orbs. You'll also get anti-venom at a higher drop rate in there as well. So it looks like it's going to be some kind of milestone event. We'll see how that all works out. Hopefully we don't have to go crazy hard on Blitz. I know that was a big concern in the past. I also remember Negasonic's event as well. That was a lot of blitzing people had to do in order to get those orbs and those milestone rewards. It was a big rubbing point for a lot of people. So hopefully we don't have to get really crazy on Blitz here. And hopefully this is the last time we do this kind of event before we get the auto blitz in December. We'll see how things work out with that. But yeah, anti-venom's coming, mass caper kind of event with blitzing, raiding, and everything else. We'll see how that all works out in the end. And then finally, let's talk about the blog post from Friday. You can see here we got Star-Lord coming back soon. Emma Frost milestones events are returning, and She-Hulk is out in the game. Now, I have done some testing with She-Hulk. I've put her on War Defense. We're going to see how this all works out, and if Fantastic Four with She-Hulk is even good on War Defense. But I have to say, she's very good in Blitz. I'm impressed with her in Blitz, but if that's all you're getting from her and not a really good War Defense team with Fantastic Four, what's the point, you know? But we'll do a video on that once I can get some defensive data compiled on her for War, and we'll see how that all works out. But yeah, so recurrent milestone updates. Emma Frost is back. We will be getting her here soon. One big sticking point that has some people upset is that they'll be removing some of the milestone orb fragments and replacing them with basic T1 ISO 8 orb fragments. Problem here is that since Symbiote Spider-Man just went into milestone orbs, and since we're only getting like a 4% chance to pull him, cutting back the amount of milestone orbs we can get is not a good look. It has people upset, totally justifiable. Yeah, I mean, you can farm ISO 1 T1 fragments decently okay, but I'm not sure I would advocate putting orbs in for them over milestone orbs. That's just me. Recurring legendary event, we know Star-Lord is coming back, and then upcoming blitzes, we know that we have the Emerald Liberator Blitz with She-Hulk, and we also have Pyro coming in. So Pyro should be starting tonight, and then She-Hulk should be in on Thursday. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm just gonna see how many people actually go for She-Hulk. I'll probably have my video out by then on her, because then we can actually say if she's gonna be worth it or not. We'll see. And then finally, we have double drops for Mercs. We have the Payday event coming back here soon. So yeah, it's a good time to work on your mercs, get those shards on them, and get those payday, because you're gonna need that gold, especially with Emma Frost coming back. You have to spend gold to get shards for her, so that's very important. So make sure that your mercs are up and ready to go and complete that payday event. So yeah, some controversy this past week with Symbiote Spider-Man and going to milestone orbs, the whole drop rates mess there. We have some issues with Mysterio. She-Hulk is in the game, doesn't look like she's that impressive. But the Scream campaign event is here as well, and if you have not started working on that She-Hulk event, or I'm not She-Hulk, if you haven't started working on your Scream campaign event yet, go ahead and start doing that, because you're going to want to get Scream. So yeah, let me know down below, what do you guys think about this news? How are you guys doing on your farm with Symbiote Spider-Man? Are you guys working on the Scream campaign? Let me know down below. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.